What's up guys, I'm Jehan. With Diwali around the corner, I wanted to share a recipe for this delicious soft mithai. I'm going to start by adding all-purpose flour to a bowl. Then I'm going to add cardamom and ground ginger and mix it all together. This is going to flavor the mithai dough. Once I've mixed it all together, I'm going to add butter, and the butter is cold, so I've cubed them into little pieces, and then using my hand, I'm just going to rub it into the flour. And you can use a pastry cutter or a knife, but honestly, I found that this is the quickest method. And don't worry, if you want to make this recipe, I will have the full recipe linked with measurements below in the description box, so you can check that out. And this is pretty much what you want the flour to look like. It looks like coarse cornmeal. Next, I'm going to add evaporated milk, and I'm just going to mix it together using a spoon. And once it starts to come together to form a dough, I'm going to use my hand and I'm going to go in there and just knead it for just a few minutes. You just want to make sure that all of that flour is mixed in, and you just mix it until it forms a nice ball. And the dough is going to be fairly soft, but it should not be sticky. On a floured surface, I am just going to roll this out, and I'm just going to keep it fairly thick. You don't want it to be too thin. Next thing I'm going to do is to cut these into diamonds, and I'm using my pizza cutter. You can also use a knife, but you can also cut these into triangular shapes. As you can see, I do have a couple of triangles there because I'm going to fry everything. And once I've cut it up, the next thing to do is to fry it. And I just need about an inch or two deep of oil. You don't need a ton of oil for this. When the oil is hot, I'm just going to add the pieces and allow them to fry until golden brown on both sides. And when the edges start to become a little bit golden, you just want to flip it over and allow it to cook on the other side. And as that cooks, I've prepared a plate that's lined with paper towel. Once it's finished and it's nice and golden, I'm going to scoop it out, allow the oil to drain off, and then place it on the plate with the paper towel. Once that's finished, I'm going to set it to the side and get started on the syrup. To my pot, I've added water, sugar, I'm adding ginger slices, a little bit of vanilla extract, and then I am just going to mix it all together. Now, this is the part of making mithai that a lot of people tend to fail at. It's very tricky. So to make sure that you have the right temperature, it's best to use a candy thermometer. Cook the syrup until it reaches the temperature of 235 to 240 degrees. Then pour it over the fried mithai pieces. Using a spoon, you're going to want to constantly stir this. You need to stir it to make sure all of the pieces are coated. And as you stir it, it's going to begin to crystallize. As you can see, the crystals are starting to form, and just keep stirring. This takes just a few minutes. It doesn't take long at all. Stirring it like this also prevents the mithai from sticking together. And that's it, you guys. That's how easy it is. It's nice and soft and milky, and I like to serve these the same day that I make it. Thank you guys for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.